Hello dear students. So today we are solving exercise 6.1 from your NCERT book Lines and Angles chapter. So I hope you all know what are the different type of angles. Acute angle, we know that it is from between 0 degrees to 90 degree, right? The value of the angle, or we say measure of the angle, is from 0 to 90. Obtuse angle, it is between 90 to 180 degrees, right? It's between. That word is important. It is not equals to 0, then it's a 0 degree angle. Right angle is exactly equal to 90 degrees. Straight angle is exactly equals to 180 degrees. Reflex angle is between 180 and 360 degrees, right? I hope you all know this concept. Complete angle is equals to 360 degrees. Complementary angle, you have two angles, let's say A and B, sum of the two angle is 90 degree, they are complementary to each other. And supplementary, when sum of the two angles is equals to 180 degrees. Okay, and I hope you all know that when we measure two angles, their unit is called as, measuring unit is called as degree, which we represent as this symbol on the top of these numbers, right? This I've drawn an acute angle. Okay, and an angle is being made by two arcs. These are the arcs OA, OB are the two arcs, where O is the common vertex over here. What is that? O is the common vertex, right? So this was the basic thing that you all should know about angles. Now there is something also called as adjacent angles. Let me just talk about what are adjacent angles also. When I draw two angles like this is one angle, right? AOP. Now here if I take one more over here, ray OC, so what happens now? There are how many angles if you see? One this, and one more over here, right? There are three angles. Now angle AOC and angle COB, they both are adjacent to each other because they have one full ray as common in between them, right? When one of the ray is common, then it becomes a adjacent angle. Then the two adjacent angle on the opposite side of that equal ray, common ray, are adjacent angles. I hope this is clear, students, right? Now let's move to the next part of the chapter, where we will talk about theorem, we will talk about axiom also. What exactly is an axiom? It's a true statement. It's a true statement in mathematics, okay? And this we will be using it to prove the theorem. Axioms are true statements. True statements. Of how it is true, let's see. If a ray stands on a line, you have a line, let us say here also they have drawn it, yeah. Let's say AOB is a line, and on this O, let me draw one more ray. So there are two angles over here, angle 1, angle 2, or I can name it also as angle AOC and angle COB. They both are adjacents and their sum is 180 degree. That is what this first axiom 6.1 saying, that if a ray stands on a line, ray OC is standing on line AB, then the sum of the two adjacent angles, these are the two adjacent angles because OC is a common arm, so AOC plus COB is 180 degree. Okay, that's first axiom. Very true, you people know it from the beginning. I think 6th standard you would have done it, right? Now here axiom 6.2 पे आते हैं. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, अगर दो adjacent angles का sum 180 है, it means they are on a line, right? This is what it is saying कि दो angles हैं, उनका sum 180 है, तो वो एक line के ऊपर आ रहे हैं. Okay, so if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arm, ये जो arm है ये non-common है, OC common था, ये non-common है, it means ये एक line बना रहा है, it is forming a line. So both these axioms are opposite of each other. They are converse. Opposite को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Converse of each other here, right? So axiom 6.1, 6.2, both have a same name. We call them as linear pair axiom. क्या नाम है इनका? Linear pair axiom. इस linear pair का shortcut आप लिख सकते हो LP, and we are using it to prove the next theorem that we have in the chapter, your first theorem 6.1 in this chapter. Okay, so the theorem says that if two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. So let me explain you by drawing any two lines. ये एक line A ले लिया हमने, line L. Another line I have taken line M. both the lines are meeting each other, intersecting each other at this point O. So how many angles you can see being formed here, और कौन से angles एक दूसरे के opposite है. Vertical मतलब एक ऊपर है तो दूसरा उसके एकदम नीचे, like that, vertically opposite. यहाँ से if you see this angle, if you see this angle, they both are vertically opposite to each other, right? So ये दोनों angle equal हो गए. Angle 1 इसको नाम देते हैं, इसको 2 कर देते हैं, ये 3 और ये 4, right? So 1 equals to 3 है and 2 equals to 4 है. This is the meaning of vertically opposite angles, students. Please, कभी भी कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा जिसमें आपको बहुत सारे लाइंस गिवन है, तो जस्ट चेक which are vertically opposite angles, which is a linear pair. So you should remember all the type of angles we are talking about, all the conditions what are we are talking about, because when you solve questions you have to follow each and every type. It's not that you'll fix your knowledge to only one type, right? It's a mixture of questions whenever it comes in exam. Now, how we prove a theorem, very important step to prove a theorem. Whenever the theorem comes, read the statement carefully and see what is given in this and what you have to prove. That is more important. What is given. So whenever the theorem comes and you start solving it, तो पहले आपको figure draw करना है. दो लाइन्स इंटरसेक्ट कर रहे हैं, 2 lines are intersecting, draw 2 lines intersecting at a common point O. So क्या given है आपके पास, that AB and CD are the 2 lines intersecting at O, right? सबसे पहला पॉइंट होता है, you have to write the given after drawing the figure, and the name should be, if figure is not given, you are drawing the figure, आपको नेम खुद से देने हैं, लाइन को, पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन को, राइट? देन नेक्स्ट स्टेप, व्हाट डू यू हैव टू प्रूव, क्या प्रूव करना है आपको, व्हाट डू यू हैव टू प्रूव. तो स्टेटमेंट रीड करो, इफ़ के आगे जो लिखा होता है दैट इज़ गिवन, देन के बाद जो लिखा होता है दैट यू हैव टू प्रूव. ओके, इफ़ तो दिस पार्ट इज़ गिवन टू यू, 2 लाइन इंटरसेक्टिंग इज़ गिवन, देन दिस पार्ट यू हैव टू प्रूव, राइट? देन के बाद जो है वो आपको प्रूव करना है. देन प्रूव दैट vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so what are the vertically opposite angles here? Let's read them. Angle AOD. What is vertically opposite of AOD, students? It's COB, right? ये COB के equal है, और second भी there are 2 pairs over here. So एक है AOC equals to DOB. So now when we will prove, हम एक ही pair prove करेंगे और दूसरा हम लिख देंगे similarly, वो भी हो जाएगा, right? You don't have to do separately both of them because दोनों के steps same है. तो आप एक को प्रूव कीजिए एंड देन से सिमिलरली द अदर विल बी डन द सेम वे. सो यू जस्ट राइट सिमिलरली दिस ऑल्सो इक्वल्स टू दिस, हेंस प्रूव्ड, राइट? So let's start with the proof, students. For proof, I'll take another color so that we can differentiate. Now, as I said earlier, to prove this theorem, I will be using linear pair axiom. Okay. So now, what angle over here is this first part में AOD है, right? So AOD, check. AOD is making linear pair with what all? Okay. AOD का किस किस के साथ linear pair बनना है? We have to check that. So AOD एक linear pair बना रहा है AOC के साथ, right? So AOD plus AOC 180 degree. Write the reason. Linear pair का आप shortcut लिख सकते हो LP. Okay. Equation number 1. दूसरा, it is also making secondly with DOB. So AOD plus DOB. That is also 180 degrees, right? ये भी लीनियर पेयर हो गया आपका सेकेंड. नाउ AOD इज कॉमन यहाँ पे 180, दोनों इक्वेशंस 180 के इक्वल हैं. बोथ द इक्वेशंस आर इक्वल्स टू व्हाट, 180. So both are equal. So I can say this implies, this is a symbol for this implies AOD plus AOC equals to AOD plus DOB, right? What is common over here? AOD दोनों साइड पे आ रहा है, so let's cancel that out. AOD same, I cancelled it out. So what is left over here? That AOC equals to DOB. We got one part, right? So what I'll do is I'll just say AOC equals to DOB. So similarly, spelling of similarly, okay, similarly I'll say angle AOD equals to COB, and then you write hence proof and done. I hope the proof of the theorem is clear. I just use linear pair axiom and then equate it as both are equals to 180. You can do it as that, and then you got your answer, and similarly the other part also. Okay, students? So theorem, what do you have to do? First draw the figure, then given, then to prove, and then prove. Okay, you have to follow the steps for proving a theorem. Nahi karoge, marks will get cut. Now moving to the exercise, students. First question of the exercise, you have been given a figure, line AB and CD. We have two lines AB, CD. They both intersect at O. If AOC plus BOE is 70 degree, the sum of these two is given to as 70 degree. BOD is given to you as 40 degree. Find angle BOE, you have to find this, and you have to find reflex of this COE. Okay, so let's begin solving the question. So how do we proceed here? Do you see any vertically opposite angle here, students? If I say, if this is 40, what about this angle? If I forget about this OE, if you forget about this OE, you have two lines AB and CD intersecting, right? So you have vertically opposite angle, right? So I'll say AOC equals to BOD, which is 40 degree, reason vertically opposite angles. Okay, done with the first part. I got this as 40. Now this plus this is 70, right? It is given to you, AOC plus BOE, 70 degrees given to us. So from here, what will be BOE? 70 minus 40. I got this also as 30 degree. Part 1 done of the question. They ask you to find BOE. We did it, right? Now I have BOE. Now COE to का रिफ्लेक्स जानने के लिए हमको COE चाहिए. We need COE. Now AB is a line. So this plus this plus this. ये तीनों angles का sum. They are on straight line. Yeah. So I'll write that AB is a line, straight line. So angle AOC plus angle COE plus angle BOE is 180 degree. This is sum of all angles on a straight line, right? So ये दोनों का sum I know is 70. So COE will be what? 180 minus 70. That's 110 degrees. Okay. It's clear till here, students, right? Now, what do you do for the reflex? For the reflex of any angle, we subtract that angle from 360 degree. So minus it from 360, you will get 250 degrees. So you got your next part answer. So what we did, we used vertically opposite angle here. Then we got it as 40. Then 70 minus 40, this is 30. Then straight angle. Say we calculated COE, and then after subtracting from 360, we got reflex of COE. Now students, moving on to the second question. In the figure, line XY, line MN intersect. तो see, आपके पास जब भी ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन आता है ना, you can try on rough also. This is XY and this is MN. So if you forget about this OP, right? So you have vertically opposite angles over here, right? So you can use that also. Just to explain you, so that you can also think in that way. Okay, so we'll move on here. Now here what is given? POY is 90 degree, right? So XY is a line. As XY is a line, can I say POX plus POY 180 degree, linear pair, right? So you will get POX as 90 degree, correct? ये 90 है तो obviously ये भी 90 हो ही जाएगा, correct? Now A and B are given in ratio. Whenever angles are given in ratio, तो क्या करेंगे आप? Let A is 2x, B is 3x. जब भी ratio होता है, we assume angles like this or numbers like that. So now A plus B is POX, which is 90. So 2x plus 3x is 90. So 5x is 90. So what will you get x as? 90 by 5. कितना हो जाएगा? 90 divided by 5. So 5 ones are 5 and 8. Okay, so x is 18. So you will get A as 2 into 18, which is 36 degrees, and B as 3 into 18, which is 54 degrees. So we got the values of A and B, right? Now C निकालना है, very easy part. How do I proceed? BC क्या बना रहे हैं? MN is also a line, right? MN is also a line. Now MN is a line, correct? And OX is the division over here. So I can say that, what do you write it as? That MN is a line. So I'll write B plus C is 180 degree here, linear pair. Okay, students? So B I got as 54 plus C is 180. So what will be C from here? 180 minus 54, that is how much? 10 minus 4, 6, and 7 minus 5, 2, and 1. 126 degrees. So we got C. Do we have to find anything else? No, we are done. Right? Very easy. I hope it's clear. With AX, A ko I assumes as 2x, B as 3x, they both add up to 90. So I got 2x plus 3x 90, and with that I solve the value of x. Then we got A and B, and then B plus C make a linear pair, and you got your answer. There are different ways, students, you can follow that and solve it. Okay, I'm using the easiest. Maybe you can find more easier than me, what you are able to relate more better. Okay, now third question, angle PQR, angle PRQ in this triangle are equal. Now then prove that PQS and PRT, इनको प्रूव करना है हमें कि ये दोनों के दोनों equal है. Okay, again I'm using linear pair here. So what is that? Let's see. Angle PQR plus angle PQS, that's 180 degree, students. Linear pair. I took this angle and this angle. ये दोनों को add करोगे PQR PQS, 180 degree, right? Same way, angle PRQ plus angle PRT, also 180 degree, linear pair. Equation number 1, equation number 2. Now both are equals to 180. So from 1 and 2, what do we get? Angle PQR plus angle PQS is equals to PRQ plus PRT, right? Both were equal to 180. So things which are equal to the same thing are equal to each other. We are using that axiom here. Now what is given to you? It is given that PQS, this thing, I'll highlight it, PQS is equals to PRT, right? That's given to us, is equals to angle PRT नहीं है, PRQ, sorry, I marked the wrong thing here. Let me erase this also and write better. PRQ. So it is equals to PRQ. This is given to you. So इसका color change करके I'll highlight. These both are equal. Now when these both are equal, I can cancel them because they're equal. So what do you get from here? So this implies you have, I think I did ulta over here again. इसको भी wrong cancel किया मैंने. It's not PQ. Let me just correct it faster. PQS. ये दोनों equal है, right? PQR. ये PQR cancel हुआ PRQ के साथ. So what is left over with me? That PQS equals to angle PRT. I hope it's clear, students. Yeah. So hence proved, right? So यहाँ पे PQR is equals to PRQ. वो दोनों cancel हो जाएंगे और what is left only PQS is equals to PRT. Fine. Now let's move to the next question. Very easy one here again. Now if x plus y equals to w plus z, x plus y equals to w plus z, ये दोनों x plus y and w plus z, they are equal, then prove that it's a line. It is not given that it's a line, so we do not use linear pair here. Okay, students, please make it sure that you're not going to use linear pair here because it is not given line. You have to prove it is a line. You have to prove AOB is 180 degree. So what do you have to prove here? I'll write it, that angle AOB is 180 degree we need to prove, right? So how do we proceed here? तो एक चीज़ होती है, कहते हैं sum of angles at a point is how much? 360. एक पॉइंट पे अराउंड जितने भी एंगल्स होते हैं सबका सम 360 डिग्री होता है, राइट? अराउंड वन पॉइंट यू ड्रॉ एज मेनी एंगल्स, देयर सम इज 360 डिग्री. तो यहाँ पे भी यही हो रहा है. सो व्हाट आर दोज एंगल्स? एंगल BOC plus angle COA plus angle AOD plus angle DOB. They all are what? Adding up to 360. BOC है X, COA है Y, AOD Z, this is W, this is 360 degree. Now, but what is given? This is equals to this, right? Okay. So you can write X plus Y is 360. Why? x plus y is given as w plus z. तो उसकी जगह भी मैंने x plus y पुट कर दिया है. There are two x's, so 2x plus 2y is 360, right? Now what do you get from here? Take x common, x plus y. So 360 by 2 becomes 180. So x plus y comes out to be 180, which implies angle AOB is 180 degree. Hence it is a straight line because it add up to the angle come up to 180 degree. Okay students, I hope this is also clear. Very easy part. Move on to the next question. Very important question, proving question that you have here. Okay, now what is there in this question, that you have been given a figure and POQ is a line. This angle is 90 degrees, so obviously this angle also 90, but we don't need it. So there is two things over here. One is LHS part, another is RHS part. One is right hand side, another is left hand side, and you have to prove them. So right left hand side में तो ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं, right? You don't, so splitting it will be difficult, but you have something in your RHS. So let's start from the RHS. What is given? Half angle QOS minus angle POS. यहाँ से start करोगे, it will be easy for you to solve. QOS. Now what is QOS? From the figure you can see QOS क्या है? This angle plus this angle. Can I say that QOS is what? Angle ROS plus angle ROQ, right? Minus now POS. Now what is this POS? If you see, POS is if you remove ROS from POR, right? POR may say if you remove this ROS, if you check from this POR, if you remove this ROS part, you get POS, right? So I'll write the same thing over here. So POS is what? It is bracket में I'll keep because it's outside negative sign. So it is angle POR minus ROS. Okay, right. Now let's open the bracket. ROS plus ROQ. Now you know what is ROQ. 90 degree it is given to you. It's perpendicular. 90 degree minus angle POR. POR full also 90 degree, right? Minus minus plus ROS, right? Because negative here, it becomes plus. So 90 minus 90 0. Half of ROS plus ROS is 2 angle ROS. The 2 cancel. It comes out to equal to angle ROS. This is what your LHS is. So this comes out to be equal to LHS, hence proved. I hope what I did is clear to you students. I started with from RHS side because LHS में ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं. तो RHS से हम start करेंगे. We split QOS as ROS plus ROQ. Then POS को what we wrote as POR minus ROS. Okay, and ROQ and POR both are 90 degrees. We put the value. यहाँ bracket open करा तो it becomes minus minus plus. Then ROS plus ROS becomes 2 ROS. Cancel 2 and 2 and you got equals to LHS. I hope it's clear till here students. Now the last question of the exercise, very important question. No figure is given in this. You have to draw the figure. So drawing figures in geometry chapters is very important. So please understand when the figure is given, try to read out the question properly and then understand how it is being made. And when it is not given, then also read the question carefully and try to think what they are asking. Okay, it is given that XYZ is 64. अभी एक XYZ एंगल बनाना हमेशा इजी रहता है. आप ऐसे ही बनाओगे ना, X, Y and Z, राइट? ये X है, ये Y है, ये Z है. ये आपको 64 डिग्रीज गिवन है. एक्स वाई को प्रोड्यूस करा है. व्हेन दे से एक्स वाई, तो डू नॉट एक्सटेंड इट फ्रॉम यहाँ से, राइट? एक्स वाई को प्रोड्यूस करा है तो यू आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम एक्स गोइंग टू वाई और इसको यहाँ से प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो. इज़ दैट वेरी क्लियर ऑल ऑफ यू? कहाँ से जाते हैं हम? एक्स वाई से है तो एक्स से स्टार्ट करो, वाई को आगे लेके जाओ, राइट? डू नॉट गो इन दिस डायरेक्शन, यू वोंट गेट योर आंसर. इट इज़ प्रोड्यूस टू अ पॉइंट पी तक प्रोड्यूस किया मैंने. ड्रॉ अ फिगर फ्रॉम द गिवन फिगर वी हैव ड्रॉन. नाउ इफ रे वाई क्यू बाइसेक्ट जेड वाई पी, ये एंगल है, इसको एक रे बाइसेक्ट करिए. बाइसेक्ट मीन्स डिवाइडिंग इनटू 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स. तो इसको हाफ में डिवाइड करेंगे हम लाइक दिस एंड द रे का नेम इज़ वाई क्यू. ओके, तो ये एंगल इस एंगल के इक्वल है बिकॉज इट्स डिवाइडिंग इट इनटू 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स. आपको क्या क्या निकालना है? एक्स वाई क्यू, वेरी इजी निकालते हैं. चलिए, नाउ एक्स पी इज़ अ लाइन. ओके, एक्स पी इज़ अ लाइन स्टूडेंट्स. तो क्या हो जाएगा? एंगल एक्स वाई जी प्लस एंगल जी वाई क्यू प्लस एंगल क्यू वाई पी इज़ 180 डिग्री. इन दोनों को हम ले लेते हैं a, x नहीं ले रही हूँ बिकॉज x इज़ ऑलरेडी अ वेरिएबल है. So 64 plus a is 180. So 2a is 180 minus 64. Subtract what you will get. 10 minus 6 is, sorry, 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. 16 degrees. So a will be this by 2. So how much is that? 58. Right? You got a as 58 degrees. So this is 58, this is 58 degrees, right? We got this part. Now find x, y, q. So now x, y, q will be what? 64 plus 58 degrees, which is how much? 2, 1 carry, 122 degrees. We got first part answer. Reflex of q, y, p. Now, sorry, what is q, y, p over here, students? Angle q, y, p is 58 degrees, right? So क्यू वाई पी, तो इसका रिफ्लेक्स विल बी 360 माइनस 58. सो वो कितना हो जाएगा? प्लीज राइट इट डाउन. 10 माइनस 8 इज 2, 0 एंड दैट्स 302 degrees. I hope it's clear, students. So we have finished the exercise 6.1. Okay, now all the questions are important in the exercise. Please practice them, revise them thoroughly. And next video we will be solving 6.2. And if you like the video, please do share it with your friends and like it.